Welcome to today's mat yoga practice. So today what I would like to do is focus on opening up around the chest, and sometimes in yoga classes we call this heart openers. So you can get into the kind of deeper holistic idea that you're opening up your heart, but really we're focusing in the asana on opening this space across your chest, since so many of us do so much in front of our bodies. The practice today is going to be to open up just this space across your chest out through your arms to your hands. We're going to do a little bit for everything, but just pay attention to this part of your body as we go through the practice. And as always, if I suggest for you to do something that seems impossible or you're not willing to try today, listen to your body. You know better. So pay attention to what your body feels good in doing today. And just find the space, find the movements that work for you. One more thing. So if you can grab a blanket, now this can just be a throw blanket or even a big bath towel. And what we're going to do is we're going to have it folded up just a little bit underneath our belly for some of the time. And it can also be an extra cushion under your knees if you need that. But we're going to start standing. So you can move that blanket out of the way. If you need to pause and go grab a blanket or a towel, take a second and then meet me back here in a standing position. Now, as you find your space, as you come back into this standing position, just find a spot where your legs feel solid and stable. Maybe close your eyes and bring one hand to your belly, the other hand to your chest, and take a couple of breaths. The invitation is to try and breathe through your nose if you can. If that's not an option today, just take care of yourself and breathe however you can. But see if you can mentally connect to your body here. Just feeling that little movement of your body as you breathe. Maybe noticing that your rib cage expands, that chest expands, your belly pushes out on your inhale. And then just feel that gentle contraction through your abdomen as you exhale, your rib cage relaxing. So finding that space already through your chest. Exhale, gentle contraction through your abdomen. All right, now keep a little awareness on that easy breathing. Let your arms come down by your sides. And then we're just going to start with a little movement of the shoulders. So as you inhale, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. And then when you exhale, roll those shoulders back and down, crunching all the way. If you can, again, inhale, squeezing your shoulders up high. And exhale, rolling those shoulders back and down. Pay attention. Maybe just listen to the crunching. Maybe noticing if one shoulder is tighter than the other. All right, now you're going to let your shoulders relax. Let your arms hang down by your sides. And then just point your thumbs towards your legs here. Now, we want to get a little action through the hands as well. So if you can, in this position, thumbs toward your legs, just press out through your palms. See if you can feel that little stretch across your palms. Now keep pressing out through your palms. On your next inhalation, you're going to rotate those thumbs forward, out to the sides and back. And then when you exhale, come back to the starting spot. Thumbs towards your legs. So that's the movement. See if you can find that extra subtle action. So pressing out through your palms, rotating your thumbs back. At the same time, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind your back. And then when you exhale, come back to the starting spot. Really pull that belly button in. Do this a few more times. Feel in your body. You can even lift your chin, finding that little stretch across your throat as you rotate your thumbs back. And then thumbs towards your legs. You can tuck your chin a little bit. Try not to collapse into your chest, though. Do this a couple more times. Again, paying attention to your body here, feeling that movement through your body. Maybe one more. I don't know about you, but it feels so good for me. All right, after your next exhale, let those arms relax. Just shake your hands out, maybe wiggle your fingers a little bit. Feel that action. If you can, make loose fists with your hands here. And again, we're just focusing on the hands to the wrists. Go ahead and rotate your fists around in circles. Make sure you're still breathing. And then go the opposite direction with your circles. And again, just wiggle your fingers a little bit. And then we're going to let those arms relax, still focusing on the shoulders. This time you're going to reach your arms out in front of your chest. Now, when you reach forward enough, you feel that little stretch between your shoulder blades. You can even tuck your chin here, really pull in that belly button in. Now, when you inhale, you're going to open your arms wide. You can keep your elbows bent. We're just looking for that space across your chest. Maybe lift your chin a little bit. And then when you exhale, really reaching forward, pull your belly button in. So find this movement. Find what feels useful for you today. Inhale, opening wide. Exhale, reaching forward. Just do this a couple more times. You can play a little bit. Maybe think about rotating your palms toward the ceiling as you reach back. And then reaching forward, letting those palms come together. If it feels okay, do this a couple more times. Again, judge what feels right in your body today. I'm going to do it one more time. You go at your speed. Now, the next time your arms are out in front of your chest, you can just let those arms relax, maybe roll your shoulders a little bit. All right, so now for this next move, what I want you to do is think gentle, but you're going to bring your hands together behind your back, gently lacing your fingers together. Start with your elbows bent. Now, this is not a big stressor. We're still warming up. But what I want you to do is as you inhale, just press your knuckles toward the floor. At the same time, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together behind your back. Lift through your chest, lift your chin. And then when you exhale, tuck your chin, bending those elbows. Hold your fingers loose. Don't hold those hands too tight. But inhale, pressing your knuckles to the floor. At the same time, you squeeze those shoulder blades together, lifting through your chest, your chin. And then when you exhale, just relax, bending those elbows. If you like, one more time. And then after your next exhale, bring those hands out in front of your chest. We're just going to do a little forward fold here. So walk your hands down your legs, folding forward as far as it feels good. Now, it doesn't matter how far you go, but relax your shoulders, relax your neck here. Feel that little stretch along your back. Keep your knees bent just a little bit. Now, we're going to do a little work here. So your hands can stay on your legs, but when you inhale, you're going to lift through your chest, flattening your back. And then when you exhale, really pull that belly button in, folding forward. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Try not to let your shirt smother you. So again, like that inhale, think about getting that neck nice and long. So don't lift your chin, lift your chest. Exhale, pulling that belly button in, folding forward. Keep your knees bent. We're going to do two more. Okay, one more time, lifting halfway, just spine parallel to the floor. And then fold deeply forward. Now stay forward. Take a breath. Bend your knees a little bit more. Keep your abdomen engaged, extending through your spine. So get really tall, and then you're going to stand all the way up. Now, as you come up to standing, give yourself a minute. If your head is spinning, take another minute. Find your balance. All right, feel all the blood drain from your head back down to your feet. All right, so hopefully your head feels even here and balanced. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little standing forward fold again, but this time we're going to focus on a little twist. Again, if your head is feeling a little cranky today, just pay attention, maybe come back, skip this part. You can fast forward. All right, start by bringing your left hand to the outside of your right leg, and this right arm is just going to stay alongside your body. So when you exhale, you're going to fold forward, dragging that left hand down the outside of your right leg. The big thing here is to rotate your chest to the right as much as you can. And then when you inhale, come all the way back up, standing all the way back up. So repeat this movement. Exhale, folding, twisting your chest to the right. Inhale, lifting back up. Now, as you do this, pay attention. Try and keep your hips nice and stable. When you exhale, you're rotating your shoulders, your chest. Just go as far as it feels okay. It's a little bit of work for everybody. We're going to do one more, folding forward, and then stay here. Again, find that place where your legs are bent just a little bit, your hips feel stable. Pulling that belly button in. Now see if you can bring your right arm out parallel to the floor. All right, here's the deal. On your next exhale, you're going to rotate your chest to the right, just raising that right arm toward the ceiling a little bit. And then when you exhale, bring your arm parallel to the floor. Start small. Exhale, maybe reach a little bit farther if you can. And then inhale, arm comes parallel. You can even bend your elbows so you're really focusing on your chest. We're going to do one more. Now, on your next inhale, relax that arm. Just hang forward over your legs. Take another breath here. Try and find an even stretch along your back, relaxing your shoulders. You can even hold on to your opposite elbows so you can really relax your neck. Now bend your knees a little bit more, lifting through your chest. Nice long spine. Stand all the way up. Take your time though. And again, give yourself a minute. If you're feeling dizzy, just press pause. Give yourself another breath or two, because we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This is a lot of up and down. It's good for your heart, but it also challenges your heart. So pay attention to what's happening in your body. All right, when you're ready, this time you're going to bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg. That left arm just stays alongside your body. On your exhale, you're folding forward, dragging that right hand down the outside of your leg, rotating your chest to the left. Now, as you inhale, come all the way back up, like you're inflating. So exhale, twisting. Feel that rotation through your shoulders. Try and keep your hips nice and steady. Knees are bent just a little bit. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. We're going to do two more. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting back up. Okay, last time. Folding forward. And then just find a spot where you can stay. Someplace you can breathe. Even if you need to bend your knees more, even if you need to put your hand higher on your leg, that's fine. Now you're going to bring that left arm out in front of you. It might be different on this side, so pay attention. On your next exhalation, you're going to twist, just raising that left arm toward the ceiling. Try not to lead with your hand, lead with your shoulder. And then inhale, bring your arm parallel to the floor. So again, exhale, twisting, rotating those shoulders. Inhale, arm parallel to the floor. If you can, two more. You can make it really small. It's work. Pay attention to your body here. Maybe one more. Now you're going to bring both hands towards your legs. Fold evenly over your legs. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. And then if you can, just bend your right knee a little bit more. Pushing down through that left heel. Take a breath. And then we're going to switch. Bending that other knee. Taking a breath. All right. Now you're going to bend both knees, and I'm going to have you come down onto your hands and knees. So if you have that blanket, that towel nearby, just set it up toward the center of your mat. And this way your knees can rest on that little extra cushion. And bring your hands to the floor someplace. Now, I mentioned that we want to have a little action through the hands. So find a spot where you can press the palms of your hands into the floor. You don't have to have all your weight through your hands. You can have your weight kind of shifting back a little bit. But see if you can just rotate your upper body. So you're rotating like in a clockwise movement. So you're getting that little bit of extra shift, that extra pressure down through your palms, your fingertips, and all the way around. Go slow. Again, if this causes pain, ripping, tearing, shooting, cramping, burning pain, that's too far. If you can, we're going to go the other way. So take those rotations in the opposite direction. If any part of your body says, this is not the thing for me to do today, please pay attention to your body. But if it feels okay, just notice that shift, notice that rotation. Now here's the deal. If you can, just roll over onto the top of your right hand. So the back of your hand is toward the floor. Now, you're not leaning into that right hand. You're just stretching the top of your wrist. Your weight can be through your knees. Again, it can be a little intense, but pain is too far. And then press your right palm to the floor. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, just rotating the back of your left hand toward the floor. Getting a stretch that feels useful for you, whatever feels okay. Now set both palms to the floor. And then we're just going to sit back into child's pose. So your wrists can really relax. Now as you sit back, it doesn't matter how far back your hips go, but just find a spot where you can hang out. Some place where gravity is doing most of the work. And again, we're focusing on the wrists. Make loose fists with your hands. The same way we did when we were standing. You're just going to rotate your wrists around in circles. Maybe go both directions. Just feeling that little bit of work. And then you're going to shift your body so you're resting on your stomach on the floor. Now try and arrange it so that blanket, that towel, is below your belly. This is just going to give you a little extra stability underneath your belly here. And then move your glasses out of the way. Bring your hands one on top of the other and let your forehead rest on the backs of your hands. Just take a breath. Take a second, feeling your body in this position. Reconnected to that easy breathing. And then we're just going to move the legs, bending one knee, alternating side to side. So if you haven't started already, on your next inhalation, you're just going to bend that right knee like you're going to kick yourself in the butt. And then as you exhale, set that foot down. Finding that control. We'll switch sides. Inhale, bending your other knee. Exhale, setting that knee down. Now you move at the speed of your breathing, but just feel that hamstring, that glute working a little bit. If anything starts to cramp, back off. Continue to alternate side to side. If you're feeling frisky, if you want to make it a little stronger, as you bend your knee, think about lifting your knee that little bit, but keep your knee pointing toward the floor. Try not to rotate out to the side. Exhale, lowering down. Again, if you're going at a different speed than I am, that's okay. Just follow the speed of your breathing. Finding the strength, finding the movement that feels right for you today. I'm going to do one more time on each side. Try and keep those hip bones, your pelvic bones, pressing into the floor. We're really stretching out those hip flexors. Waking up those hamstrings a little bit. All right, the next time your left foot comes to the floor, let everything relax. Take a free breath. All right, so now what you're going to do is bring that right arm to your side. Now, what we're going to do is right leg and right arm are going to move just a little bit here. On your next inhalation, at the same time, lift your head, your chest, reaching back. You don't have to touch your foot, but think about pulling your shoulder blade down your back as you bend your knee, and then exhale, lower down. So we're going to repeat that same thing, same side. Inhale, lifting, bending your right knee. Exhale, lowering down. If you can, do this a couple more times. Again, if anything starts to cramp, please back off. Okay, one more time. Try not to press with your left arm. Use the muscles of your back. I felt myself doing it. Okay, the next time you're on the floor, you get to stay there. Let everything relax. Now, I'm going to invite you to do a little bit stronger. But if that was good enough, if that felt strong enough, you can do that. And again, I apologize. I didn't bring out the extra prop. If you have a strap, you can use a strap. If you have a towel, you can use a towel. If you want to, See if you can reach back with your right hand to hold your right foot, your ankle, your pant leg, whatever you got. Now, this is a stretch all by itself. Maybe you want to stay here. That's okay too. On your next inhalation, see if you can just lift your head, your chest, pushing that right foot away from your butt. So you're lifting through your chest, stretching that whole front of your body. And then when you exhale, you're lowering everything down. Again, I apologize. You could have pressed pause and go grab a strap if you have one, a tie, a belt. Some days it's easier to find that foot. And again, if this is a terrible idea, if you're feeling pain, please adjust. Please just skip this part. The next time you're lifting, if you can, stay here for a second. Again, recognize you're not pushing through that left arm. You're lifting through your chest, opening across your chest, the front of the right side of your body. And then you're going to release everything. Come all the way back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders so you can push up onto your hands and knees. And then just sit back onto your heels. Find that stretch along your back. I promise I haven't forgotten the other side. If you can, come up onto your hands and knees. We're going to do one more thing here before we come back down onto the belly. Just step that right leg straight back, pushing back through your heel. Find the stretch along your calf, the sole of your foot. Just breathing easy. All right. Now you're going to come all the way back down onto your belly. You can get there however you like. Try and get that towel, that blanket underneath your belly. And then right hand underneath your forehead. I really had to think about it. Right hand underneath your forehead. Left arm down by your side. So we're going to do same side, right? On your next inhalation, at the same time, lift your head, your chest, reaching that left arm back, bend your left knee. And then when you exhale, lower down. Now, as you do this, remind yourself there's no pressing through your right arm. You can even lift your arm if you're feeling frisky. Exhale, lowering down. Find the rhythm. Find what feels useful for you. Think about reaching back, pulling that left shoulder blade down your back as you lift up, and then let everything relax when you exhale. Easy breath. Maybe one more time. All right, the next time you're on the floor, take a free breath. You can decide, it might be different on this side. You can use a strap. You can reach back with your left hand to hold your foot, your ankle, your pant leg. If even going here causes a cramp, pay attention to your body, please. All right, you can do the same thing we did before, or you can hold that leg. When you inhale, you're lifting your head, your chest, pushing that left foot away from your butt. And then when you exhale, lower everything down. If this seems like a terrible idea, pay attention to your body. It's not giving up. It's paying attention. If it's feeling great, let's do two more. Again, go at the speed of your breathing. The next time you're lifting, if you want, you can stay for a breath, just lifting through your chest, pushing that foot back. Feel that stretch all the way along the front of your body. And then you can release everything. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, pushing up onto your hands and knees. And then just sit back onto your heels here. You find the stretch. You find the space that you need along your back. Taking a breath or two here. And then you're going to come back up onto your hands and knees. Just step that left leg straight back, pushing back through your heel. Find the stretch along your calf, the sole of your foot, maybe all the way up to the back of your knee. Breathing easy. All right, and then bend both knees to the floor. Now, I'm going to invite you to do a little down dog. If that sounds like a bad idea, if your wrists have already had enough, just skip this part. But start by really placing your hands on the floor. Spread your fingers wide, pointing your index fingers, your pointer fingers toward the end of your mat. And then you can even walk your hands forward a little bit. You want to bend your elbows a little bit. I'm making you really work for this. Tuck your toes under and then lift your knees up. If you already went into down dog right away, that's okay too, but pay attention to your body here. Imagine you're pushing your fingers toward the front of your mat, pushing your butt toward the wall behind you, and then relax your shoulders. See if you can feel a little space across your armpits, your chest. If it's all hamstrings, bend your knees a little bit more. Taking a breath or two here. And then you're going to bend your knees all the way to the floor. Point your toes one more time. Sit back into child's pose. Now, find a spot where your shoulders, your neck can relax. If you're feeling frisky, you can bring those arms down by your sides so you can really relax that space between your shoulder blades. If this is not comfortable, if you cannot breathe here, do not stay. But just take a breath, finding that spot. Maybe just bend your elbows a little bit. All right, all kinds of options. Now I'm going to have you come back up onto your hands and knees. We're going to do a little bit of work here. What I want you to do is look down at your hands. You're going to bring your right foot forward. So your right foot is on the floor as close to your right hand as you can. And if you like, bring that right hand to the inside of your right foot. We just want to have a little bit of space. And try and get your right knee directly over your heel. And then if you're feeling frisky, come onto the ball of your left foot, lifting that left knee up off the floor. Now at each point you can go, yeah, this is enough. I'm going to hang out here. Maybe stay here for a breath or two. But if you're feeling frisky, feel the weight of your body down through that left foot, your left hand, even through your right foot. We're going to move the right arm. So if you can, reach your right arm out to the side, parallel to the floor. Feel it? If you're feeling super frisky, raise that right arm toward the ceiling. Remember, you're not leading with your hand. You want to keep your chest rotating to the right, leading with your arm as far as you can. Maybe take another breath, feeling strong. And then you can bring that right hand to the floor. Find the control. Gently bend your left knee to the floor. Now, keep your right foot where it is. What I want you to do is just walk your hands towards your left knee, straightening that right leg only as far as it feels good. Maybe you're way up here. That's fine. Whatever your left knee allows you to do, whatever your hamstring allows you to do, just straightening that right leg as much as you can, folding forward over your leg. Again, you can be way up here. That's fine. But find the stretch along the back of that right leg. And now you can bring your right knee back. Knees are even. Sit back into child's pose again. Resetting your spine. Finding your breath. Relaxing your neck. Are you excited? Now you know what we're doing. So we're going to do the other side. So come back up onto your hands and knees. Taking a breath. Start by bringing that left foot forward. So your left foot is as close to your left hand as you can get. Your hand is on the inside of your leg. You could stay here. Or you can tuck those right toes under, lifting your knee up off the floor. Maybe notice if your body already did that because it felt so good on the other side. You want to feel strong in your legs. Take a breath here. This is a stretch all by itself. This is a strengthening all by itself. Really notice the weight of your body down through your right foot, your right hand, and your left foot. And then if you're feeling frisky, reach that left arm out parallel to the floor. Start here so you can start to rotate your chest, feeling balanced. And then raise that left arm toward the ceiling, rotating your chest. Don't lead with your hand. Don't let your shoulder roll forward. Open up through your chest as much as you can. Take another breath. Feel strong wherever you are. And then you're going to bring that left hand to the floor. Gently set your right knee down, pointing your right toes. Keep your feet where they are. Just straighten that left leg as far as you can. And again, it might be different on this side, so pay attention. You don't have to touch your toes, but just look for that big stretch down the left side, back of your left leg. And then you get to come back up, stepping that left foot back, sit back onto your heels. Take a breath or two here. Now here's the deal. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. And then we're going to come into a seated position. Now again, you can use this blanket, you can use this towel and just sit on that. You can even fold it up a little bit more to give your hips a little extra cushion. This is especially helpful if your hip flexors are cranky, which most of us have that. So start with your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor, and holding your legs wherever it feels good. We're just going to move the spine a little bit. So as you exhale, round your back, squeezing those shoulders up high. And then when you inhale, sit up tall, pulling your shoulders back and down, lift through your chest, find that space again. So exhale, rounding your back. Inhale, sitting up tall. As you do this, you can make it all about the shoulders. If your hips, your low back are a little cranky in this position, just let it be all about the shoulders, the chest. Paying attention to your body here. The next time you're sitting up tall, stay sitting up tall. And we're going to do a little seated twist here. So what I want you to do is keep your feet on the floor, keep your feet wide, and then you're just going to twist both knees to the right. So your knees come all the way down to the floor. This left hip can come up off the floor. Your right hand comes to the floor behind you someplace. Try and remind yourself, you don't want to lean into your arm. You don't want to press into that hand too much. You want to keep your weight down through your hips if you can. If it's easier for you to remind yourself by staying up on your fingertips here, that's okay. So you just want to rotate your right hand back so you're opening up through your chest. Lead with that right shoulder blade, twisting to the right. Now as you inhale, just get tall, just lengthen your spine. And then when you exhale, twisting through your shoulders, twist your chin to the right. Now take a second, look down at your fingertips. If you notice that your right shoulder is rotating back farther than your hand, you can move your hand to the right a little bit. You can even rotate those right fingers to the right. So everything is opening across your chest, pressing down through your knees. So maybe feel that space across your left hip flexor. There's all kinds of options. Really, wherever you feel it, that is where you're tightest. So just feel your body, breathing easy. Now keep your shoulders turning right. Turn your chin the opposite direction. You can even tilt your head back a little bit. Just find that stretch along the right side of your neck. Breathing easy. And then turn your chin all the way back to the right. And then we're going to get frisky. So bend that right elbow to the floor. Come all the way down onto your forearm. Nice, strong. So don't sink into your shoulder. Really pressing that forearm into the floor. You're going to bring your other arm, that left arm, alongside your head. And we want to find a big stretch down this left side. So think about pressing your knees to the floor, pushing your rib cage toward the ceiling here. Oh, find that big long side stretch. Breathing easy. All right, now if you like, you can bring that left hand to the floor by your right hand, rotating your chest. Just sink into this pose. Again, you don't have to go as far as I'm going. Pay attention to your body. Maybe you're staying up here. But try not to sink into your shoulders. If you feel like your chest can come closer to the floor, open your elbows wide. Just taking a couple of breaths. The only action is here, pulling that belly button in every time you exhale. All right. Now when you're ready to come up, you're going to press into your hands, lifting your chest, sit all the way up. Bring your knees up. Maybe feel how crooked you are. Feet are flat on the floor again. And then just once, round your spine, squeezing your shoulders up towards your ears. Try and find an even stretch along your back here. And then sit up tall. And we're going to go the other way. So feet are wide. That way your right knee can come toward the arch of your left foot. If that was too much left and right, ignore me. You know what you're doing. Find a spot where your legs feel okay. That right hip is coming up off the floor. Left hand comes to the floor behind you. Right hand to your opposite leg. Now, every time you inhale, you're lengthening your spine. Weight's going down through your hips more than your hand. When you exhale, you're leading with this left shoulder. Imagine you're pulling that left shoulder blade toward your spine. You can even rotate your fingers to the left, moving that left hand back if you feel that you have a little bit more space. You pay attention to your body. It doesn't matter what it looks like. I'm sure it looks amazing. Everybody looks good in this pose. Take another breath or two here, finding the twist, finding the space that feels good for you. Wherever you are, that is the right place. Now keep your shoulders turning left. Turn your chin the opposite direction. We're looking for that stretch along the left side of your neck. You can even tilt your head back if that feels good. Find the space. Find what feels good. And then turn your chin all the way back to the left. And then we'll get fancy. So you're going to bend that left elbow to the floor, pressing down through your forearms, shoulders nice and strong. Start by bringing your other arm, that right arm alongside your head. I know the twist is exciting. We're going to get there. But see if you can find this big, long side stretch down your right side, pressing your knees toward the floor, rib cage toward the ceiling. Oh, maybe feel the stretch all the way through your armpit. That's where I'm feeling it. All right, and then you can bring your right hand to the floor by your left hand, and you sink into the twist as far as it feels good. Take a breath or two here. Every time you exhale, you're just pulling that belly button in. You might have an audience at home, I do. Take another breath or two. I don't know if you guys are nearly as distracted as I am by the cat. All right, he's gone now. So slowly sit all the way up, coming all the way back to the center, knees bent toward the ceiling, holding your legs just once around your spine. All right, and then you're going to sit up nice and tall. And then if you can, bring the soles of your feet toward each other, knees go wide, adjusting everything. Okay? It doesn't matter where your knees are. Just find a spot where your legs feel okay. If you're sitting up on that cushion, on that blanket or towel, gives your hips a little bit of lift, so you're not creasing quite so much here. Because we're going to stay here for just a minute. Now the idea is we're going to progressively tighten things. So I want you to clench your glutes here. Squeeze your butt cheeks tight. At the same time, lift through your chest. Find that space. So you're almost leaning back. So holding your legs, leaning back until your arms are straight. Feel that gentle stretch across the tops of your shoulders when you do this. So keep clenching those glutes. Keep lifting through your chest, leaning back that little bit. Now we're going to do some movement with our head. So when you inhale, lift your chin toward the ceiling. Feel that stretch across your throat. Now keep lifting through your chest. When you exhale, just tuck your chin. Do this a couple more times. Inhale, lifting your chin. Exhale, tucking your chin. We'll have a supervisor. Maybe two more. Keep clenching those glutes. Lifting your chest, lifting your chin. Exhale, tuck your chin. Maybe one more time. All right, this time when you exhale, you're going to tuck your chin. You can round your spine, squeezing your shoulders up high, relax those glutes, and then just fold over your legs. It doesn't matter how far you go. But think about your elbows going outside of your legs. If your elbows aren't even touching your legs now, that's okay. But you don't want to press into your legs as you're folding forward. If it helps, you can even walk your hands forward a little bit, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your neck. And then slowly sit all the way up. And then gently bring your knees together. If you need to help with your hands, that's okay. All right, now we're going to come all the way down onto the back, onto the floor. As you come onto your back, just bring both knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and rock a little bit from side to side. And be mindful of anybody passing over your mat. Okay. Now, keeping your knees bent, set your feet flat onto the floor. Take a minute, just adjust everything. The shirt always needs adjusting, right? All right. Now you're going to bring your arms out to the sides, out of the T to your body. Just find a spot where your low back feels supported here. We're just going to move the arms. So on your next exhalation, just raise your arms over your chest, pulling that belly button in. When you inhale, open through your chest, pressing your arms into the floor. Feel that gentle squeeze between your shoulder blades. So exhale, reach in toward the ceiling, pulling that belly button in, maybe even tuck your chin a little bit here. Get a little stretch at the back of your neck. Inhale, opening wide. Feel that space across your chest. So maybe 2 more. One more time. Now the next time you're reaching toward the ceiling, keep reaching toward the ceiling. Take a second just to feel your feet on the floor. Notice your toes, your heels pressing into the floor. We're going to do that same arm movement we just did. We're going to add lifting the hips. It's a little bit of coordination here. So on your next inhalation, at the same time, open your arms wide, lifting your hips up off the floor. Really press your feet, your toes into the floor. And then as you exhale, lower your hips down, reach in toward the ceiling. Repeat this movement. Inhale, opening wide, lifting your hips, clenching those butt cheeks tight. And then when you exhale, roll your spine down. If your low back is cranky today, just keep that back nice and long all the way down. There's a million ways to adapt this, so pay attention to what your body needs. Find the space. Maybe one more. Now, the next time your arms are on the floor, let your arms stay on the floor. Slowly lower your spine down, pulling that belly button in. And then just let your hips rest on the floor. Bring your knees in towards your chest and hold the backs of your legs here. All right, so let your shoulders relax. Keep your knees bent. On your next inhale, we're just going to open those knees wide away from each other. And then when you exhale, bring your knees together. Do this a couple more times. Inhale, knees going wide. Exhale, knees coming together. Maybe 2 more. Nice and stable. Maybe notice if one leg is going faster or farther than the other. Just noticing. The next time your knees are wide away from each other, if you can, let your knees stay wide. On your next inhale, you're just going to straighten those legs out in a big V, pushing out through your heels. And then when you exhale, bend your knees. You can point your toes as you go. So repeat this movement. Inhale, extending through your legs. Feel that stretch on those hamstrings. Exhale, bending your knees. If it feels okay, 2 more. Again, your knees do not have to go perfectly straight. Last time, extending those legs. Now, if you can, keep your legs extending. Keep breathing. Bring your legs all the way together, straight up toward the ceiling, pushing out through your heels, flexing your feet. If you're feeling frisky, lift your head, your chest toward your legs, walking your hands up towards your feet, and then just hold wherever you can reach. You hold your legs, hold your feet, and then set your shoulders and your head to the floor. Bend your knees, set your feet back down onto the floor, and then open your feet a little wider than hip distance away from each other. Again, we're just going to do a little twist here. As you exhale, both knees go to the right, chin goes left. As you inhale, untwist. And then exhale, go to the other side. Remind yourself, we're not forcing anything. We did a lot of work. We just want to release any tension through those hip flexors. Try and keep your shoulders pressing into the floor so you get that little extra stretch across your chest. Maybe feel the little stretch across your neck as you go from side to side. I'm going to go one more time to each side. You pay attention. When you feel even. So the next time you bring your knees up from that left side, just let your knees, your chin stay up toward the ceiling. Maybe hug both knees in towards your chest and rock a little bit, evening out your spine, your back. And then setting your feet back down onto the floor, knees bent toward the ceiling. Bring your feet close together so your big toes are touching each other, your heels are together. Arms get to rest wherever it feels good, but try and relax those shoulder blades toward the floor. Now, on your next inhale, you're just going to open your knees wide away from each other, roll into the outsides of your feet. Maybe feel that little arch in your back, your chest, your belly pushing toward the ceiling. And then when you exhale, come back to the starting spot. Really pulling your belly button in, flattening your back toward the floor. So inhale, opening those knees wide. Feel that little arch, that space across your chest, your belly. Exhale, coming back to the starting spot. Notice what's happening with your spine as you move. Again, paying attention to your body here. The next time your knees are wide away from each other, if you like, let those knees stay wide. Bring the soles of your feet toward each other. Now just take a second. Feel your body here. Feel those legs, that passive stretch on the inside muscles of your legs. Feel your glutes, your hips resting on the floor. And then we're going to do a little action, a little strengthening between your shoulder blades, and we're going to add the hands. So if you can, this is just a coordination thing. On your inhale, at the same time, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together behind your back. Spread your fingers wide, pressing those arms into the floor. And then as you exhale, relax that clench between your shoulder blades. Gently curl your hands into fists. Right? See if you can find this rhythm. So inhale, fingers go wide, pressing your fingertips toward the floor, squeezing your shoulder blades together behind your back. And then exhale, relaxing your shoulder blades, curling your hands into loose fists. We're going to do two more. Inhale, fingers go wide, pressing toward the floor, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhale, relax your shoulder blades, curl your hands into fists. If you can, one more time. You can even make it bigger as you spread your fingers wide, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Maybe clench your glutes just a little bit. Feel all that space across the front of your body. And then exhale, relax your glutes, relax your shoulder blades, curl your hands into fists. And then gently, gently bring your knees all the way together. Lift your feet up off the floor, bringing your knees in towards your chest, hands on your legs, wherever you can reach. And then just take your knees in big, slow circles here. Reconnect to that easy breath. Think about just releasing any tension through your hips, your low back. Feeling that little massage at your sacrum from the floor. If you have the brain space today, maybe take those knee circles in the opposite direction. And just breathe in easy. And then hug your knees evenly in towards your chest. Maybe lift your head up towards your knees, curling yourself up into a little egg. And then relax your shoulders. Relax your neck to the floor. Set your feet back down onto the floor and check in with your legs. If your legs are feeling pretty good, you just find a comfortable resting spot for those legs. If you need one more thing, now's a good time to do it. And again, we're going to grab our little blanket or towel and take a second. Now I'm sitting up. You don't have to sit up for this. You can just lay on your back, but see if you can roll your blanket, roll your towel into a long tube, and then you're going to place that tube at your back. There's a couple of choices. Maybe find that spot where the tube, the end of the tube is right at your center back, kind of your bra strap area, if you wear a bra. So find a spot so that your chest can open, your head is supported here. And if your neck is really tight, you can also roll up a little bit more so your head is elevated a tiny bit more if that's better for you. The idea here is to let your shoulders relax toward the floor. Your low back should feel good. You can always bend your knees if you need that. But try and find a spot where you can rest easy. If this feels pretty good, you can just hang out here. If you'd like a little bit bigger space, you can move this kind of tube down closer to your sacrum, resting on that so your head is relaxing toward the floor at the same time your arms are relaxing toward the floor. Now, this is a big back bend, so you may feel a little stress somewhere in your body. If it's stressful, that's not useful. So you find the position that works best for you. You can play around. We're going to be here for a few minutes. But the idea is to give yourself a couple of minutes to rest here, to feel that space across your chest, your rib cage, maybe even at your diaphragm. Letting your arms rest on the floor, palms toward the ceiling. Your fingers can relax. Your neck, your head should feel supported wherever you are. And then just breathe. Close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body relaxing toward the floor. Again, if you're feeling pain, if you're feeling intensity anywhere in your body, please adjust. You can always shift if you need to. But take a minute. See if you can just let your body rest here and breathe. If you notice that your mind is very active, if your brain is taken off to do other stuff, you can focus your mind, give your mind something to do here in this moment, and maybe count your breaths. So you can use your hands to count your breath. Just bring the tip of your thumb to the tip of your index finger, holding it there for one inhale and one exhale. And then shift the tip of your thumb to the tip of your middle finger. Again, counting one inhale and one exhale. You move at the speed of your breath, just ticking off your fingers. If you don't need that focal point, if you just want to rest, feel free. We're going to stay here for 8 of my breaths. Again, if your body starts to need to move, pay attention. Just letting your attention, let your mind be in this moment. Letting your body relax into this pose, this passive stretch. All right, now just wiggle your fingers a little bit, maybe wiggle your toes a little bit. If you can, keep your upper body where it is. Just bend your knees. And then I want you to roll to one side. Just kind of roll off that bolster, that blanket. Taking a breath here. Feel that shift in gravity. Give yourself a minute to adjust. Now, if you want to move the blanket out of the way and take a nap here, feel free. Just let the video play out. But as you're ready to move into your day, as you come back up into that seated position, take a minute. Feel that space across your chest. Maybe feel the space across your belly. Just notice the effect of the work that you did today. Maybe pat yourself on the back a little bit, recognizing this effort, this work that you did today. All right, now bring your hands together at your chest. We're going to do one last thing. So just a little connection to that heart, that emotional heart, not just the space across your chest. So we're going to do 2 things at the same time. On your inhale, you're opening your arms wide, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then when you exhale, come back. Now we're going to make a little wish for ourselves as we do this movement. So when you inhale, arms go wide. Invite that open heart for today. And then when you exhale, bringing your hands together, bringing your elbows toward each other. Just feel a little comfort, a little self-love here. So inhale, opening wide, big open heart. And then give yourself a little love, a little self-compassion here. Let's do one more. Inhale, open heart. And then exhale, that little comfort, that little self-compassion. Thank you very much for playing today. I hope you feel amazing. Namaste.